Internal Revenue Service IRS tax news. For Colorado wildfire victims, IRS extends 2021 tax filing deadline, other deadlines to May 16th. But first, an attempt at a joke. I apologize in advance. I used to tell everyone that we should always give 110%. But then I had a friend who died after giving blood. His poor widowed wife, after that horrible day, then received a bill from both the tax collector and the blood bank, demanding the outstanding 10%. Now I tell people, don't give more than you got, because you can't give what you don't have. Government, if you're listening, this rule, don't give more than you got, because that's not really giving. Giving what you don't got typically resulting in making things worse, not better. It applies to you as well. IR 2022-01, January 3rd, 2022, Washington. Victims of this weekend's wildfire in Colorado will have until May 16, 2022 to file various individual and business tax returns and make tax payments, the Internal Revenue Service announced today, following the recent disaster declaration issued by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, otherwise known as FEMA, F-E-M-A. There's a link to FEMA here. The IRS is providing relief to taxpayers affected by wildfires that took place starting on December 30th, 2021 in parts of Colorado. Currently, relief is available to affected taxpayers who live or have a business in Boulder County, but the IRS will provide the same relief to any other Colorado localities designated by FEMA. The current list of eligible localities is always available on the disaster relief page. There's a link to that here, so you can, and there'll be a link to this in the description, so you can look that up if you so choose. The tax relief postpones various tax filing and payment deadlines that occurred starting on December 30th. As a result, affected individuals and businesses will have until May 16th to file returns and pay any taxes that were originally due during this period. This includes 2021 individual income tax returns due on April 18th, as well as various 2021 business returns normally due on March 15th and April 18th. Among other things, this means that affected taxpayers will have until May 16th to make 2021 IRA contributions. In addition, farmers who choose to forego making estimated tax payments and normally file their returns by March 1st will have until May 16th, 2022 to file their 2021 return and pay any tax due. The May 16th deadline also applies to quarterly estimated income tax payments due on January 18th and April 18th. Among other things, this means that individual taxpayers can skip making the fourth quarter estimated tax payment normally due on January 18th, 2022, and instead include it with the 2021 return they file on or before May 16th. In addition, the quarterly payroll and excise tax returns normally due on January 31st and May 2nd, 2022 are also now due on May 16th. Penalties on payroll and excise tax deposits due on or after December 30th and before January 14th will be abated as long as the deposits are made by January 14th, 2022. The Disaster Assistance and Emergency Relief for Individuals and Businesses page, there's a link to that here, has details on other returns, payments, and tax-related actions qualifying for additional time. The IRS automatically provides filing and penalty relief to any taxpayer with an IRS address of record located in the disaster area. However, taxpayers do not need to contact the agency to get this relief. However, if an affected taxpayer receives a late filing or late payment penalty notice from the IRS that has an original or extended filing, payment, or deposit due date falling within the postponement period, the taxpayer should call the number on the notice to have the penalty abated. In addition, the IRS will work with any taxpayer who lives outside the disaster area but whose records necessary to meet the deadline occurring during the postponement period are located in the affected area. Taxpayers qualifying for relief who live outside the disaster area need to contact the IRS at 866-562-5227. Again, there'll be a link to this in the description so you can get to that number if you need it. This also includes workers assisting the relief activities who are affiliated with a recognized government or philanthropic organization. Individuals whose businesses is in a federally declared disaster area who suffered uninsured or unreimbursed disaster-related losses can choose to claim them on either the return for the year the loss occurred or the return for the prior year. Be sure to write the FEMA declaration number 4634DR. Again, if you need that information, there'll be a link to this in the description, so you can look it up there on the return claiming a loss. You can also see publication 547 for more details. There's a link to that publication here too. The tax relief is part of the coordinated federal response to the damage caused by these wildfires and is based on local damage assessments by FEMA. For information on disaster recovery, you can visit disasterassistance.gov. There's a link to that here. There'll be a link to this in the description.